right, good day, everyone. Welcome back. I am your host, Michelle, and with us is Luca. And today we are going to tackle a very pressing issue: how we monitor the evolution of artificial intelligence.
Well, that's a very interesting question because the big players are now out and definitely doing this.
Hmm.
Started in 2016, I think. First was the Obama presidency with a report called "The State of the AI and the Repercussion of AI on the Economy," and then the EU followed up with another initiative called the AI Watch, and then there's the
Hmm.
UN with AI for Good. So there's a lot of voices and a lot of interesting research going on.
That's great to hear. And these seem to be the big players as well.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
what
and but
exactly is, yeah?
no,
No,
go ahead.
sorry. What exactly is their main concern, you think, with
I
regards to
think
this?
there are two opposing or opponent forces that are
Hmm.
driving the conversation. On one side, there is a strong pull for fast-paced innovation, and on the
Hmm.
other side, there is regulation, there is safety of citizens, and these two forces are pulling in the opposite direction. And they're pulling in the opposite direction with reason because absolutely safety first. We have seen how social media can be weaponized, how AI can lead to very bad outcomes for
Hmm.
society. But at the same time, with especially with AI applied to certain fields like healthcare, we can
Hmm.
really move fast and have a tremendous impact on the life of of humans.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Now, you were saying the EU has the AI Watch and then
Mhm.
the UN has AI for Good. Can you take us through one of these just so we can get a bit more of an insight?
Yeah, well, the scope of these initiatives is first of all to map out the use cases. So they
Hmm.
need to understand. They want to understand where AI is used and how. Second is to outline for each use case the ethical and the safety implications. Like for
Hmm.
instance, hiring. AI for hiring. That's not my favorite application of AI because it leads to actually it opens the door to biases to
Hmm.
all those risky properties of AI at the moment, and that make it
Hmm.
a very poor tool to select people based on certain attributes. Okay, so that's certainly something that they look into, and finally. They look at future perspectives. So, what if
Hmm.
AI will become so powerful? What if this scenario will consolidate and take place? What are the implications from a socio-economical point of view?
Hmm. Yeah, that seems very comprehensive. Is this accessible to the general audience? If people look this up, will they be able to understand the reports, or is it really just for the technical experts?
Well, I think that these reports are public first of all.
Hmm.
Accessible, how accessible, I don't know. I mean, if you want to digest 150 pages PDF, yeah, go ahead with it, and there's no problem. But there are also tools that you can use, right? Because you pointed
Hmm.
me in the right direction. You pointed me in the direction of AI Collaboratory. Do you want
Hmm.
to explain to our audience a little bit more about this? Because I think it's relevant and important.
Yes, so AI Collaboratory is part of like the AI Watch. So what they do is it's a platform specifically made for
Mhm.
AI research. They divide the different segments. So for example, a segment within AI is computer vision. So people can look up computer vision on the platform and they can see exactly the progress and which countries are working towards
Nice.
it, which researchers. Yeah, it's pretty comprehensive. It's good for academics, I would say.
Okay, so dear audience, take note. This is actually a tool that is going to be linked in the description below. It's called AI Collaboratory. So this is what we recommend to use if you want to dive into the world of AI regulation and more broadly speaking, understanding what are the responses of the governments.
Yes, indeed. And there's one more document that we're going to
Mhm.
attach on the video below. It's what's it? It's a program that's being done by Stanford. They're doing a study of the 100-year effort of like how artificial intelligence like ripples through how people work, how people live. and they address the four audiences. So one of the audiences is the general public, and they address
Okay.
the industry experts. They have like the local governments and the AI researchers. So this is fairly accessible to whatever type of audience is watching us right now. So everybody, please look at the link below, and it will be great.
Okay, so we are gonna close this episode with a very specific call to action. Check out AI Collaboratory. The link is down below in the description, and also this Stanford Initiative. So you're gonna find your homework in the description. In the meantime, thanks a lot, Michelle.
Thank you,
And
Luca.
yeah, you're welcome, and we'll see you next time.